Hello, dear ones. How are you all? Did you study the previous lessons? Today we are moving to our Civics, fourth chapter, Essential of Democracy. In the previous chapter, you studied about the various forms of governments, and in that you saw how democracy is the modern concept of governance, where people select the leaders who form the government. As you know, India also adopted this form of government after it got independence from the British Empire. Let us see some essential features of a democracy. India is a parliamentary, secular, democratic republic in which the President of India is the head of the country, supreme commander-in-chief for all defense forces in India, and the Prime Minister of India is the head of the government. It is based on the federal structure of government, although the word is not used in the constitution itself. The word democracy itself means rule by the people. A democracy is a system where people can change their rulers in a peaceful manner, and the government is given the right to rule because the people say it may. Children, how can people participate in democracy? We had seen that the word democracy itself means rule by the people. In a democracy, the people of the country elect the government. Any adult citizen of India, those who feels to participate in the election, can seek support of the people to become their representative in the government. In one area, many people can stand as representative. Then there will be an election. There the leaders will in different ways seek support of the people. These children you have seen many times. The people, according to their choice, they give vote. Here you can see voting. Two ways people can do this: endorsing it in writing on a ballot paper or by pressing a button on a machine. Then who gets the highest number of votes is declared as elected. They will be one of the member of the parliament. All the elected members sit together, elect main leader, other representatives, and make policies. Children, in our previous lesson, you have studied about universal adult franchise. Through voting, people elect their representatives for a specific period. In our India, it is 5 years. They have some responsibilities to complete within these years. Sometimes they fail to fulfill people's needs and demands. Then people have the right to bring to the notice of the government any instance where the government falls short of meeting the expectations of the people. How can the people, or we, here we are the people, that you know the children, attract the attention of the government? Various ways are there. First, through our representatives. That means already we have elected member or representative through our voting. So through him or her, we can inform our sufferings. Second, through protests or organize protest marches. Third, we can approach court if we feel government had done any injustice to us. Fourth, we can approach the president or the prime minister with our petitions. Fifth, we can hold signature campaign, protest marches, and then we can send our views to the government showing how many people support this demand. Last way, sometimes through strikes, bunds or shutdowns, road and rail blocks, people stop their work and others' work. Children, now we will see the role of media in this issue. Which are the medias, children? Yes, newspapers, radio, television, etc. These are very effective tools to draw the attention of the government to the plight of the people. Children, I think you have seen editorial column and letter to the editor columns. What is the importance of these columns? Current issues, views and articles are published in editorial columns. People can send their personal opinion on social and public issues in letter to the editor column. Children, some newspapers are shown here. News and current affairs channels are there in radio. Television organized debates and discussions with prominent people. Through these programs, government authorities could understand the problems that people suffer, and also through some programs people could understand the actions of the government, and people will know whether they are good or bad. In this way, public opinion is developed. Children, another important thing you have to study is about violence. It is harmful to society. Sometimes these peaceful rallies and strikes turn into violence. What will they do? They will burn the vehicles, shops and other public properties. Actually, by doing all these things, who will suffer, children? These are common people. So, we should not resort this violence. On the contrary, people and government must perform their duties faithfully to have a better environment in our society. Children, here you can see the different attracting attention of the government. Which are they? We have already studied that. Signature campaigns, protest marches, general strikes, through media, petitions and appeals, through elected representatives. These are the different attracting attention of the government. Children, anytime if you do any mistake, you are responsible for your action. In the same way, the representatives in the government are accountable or answerable or responsible for their actions to the people. Another fact is that next election people won't give the vote to the representative who do not meet the expectations and demands of the people. Children, we also know that many people are uneducated, and so they may be misled by people for their own political or other interest. It may break the unity of the country. It may lead to conflict between the various people in the country, because uneducated people cannot understand the hidden agenda behind this action. Last, who will suffer? These are common people. In each country, people are different. Their culture, religious belief and economic levels are different, and they live together in a society. So, there is a possibility of conflict between them, these are people. Now, we will study the various reasons of conflict. First one is unequal distribution and availability of resources. This is the main cause of conflict. Those who have more than enough money and property, or those who have little, everybody have the desire to get more and more. This is greed. It is human tendency only. Some may take away others' land and property, or common property and land. Then there will be conflict. Second reason is based on religion. Sometimes there are conflicts between people of one religion and another because of any comments or gestures or some miscreants, and during religious processions conflict starts. It is government's duty to take necessary action to prevent this, so that people may live peacefully in their place. Third reason is displacements due to progress. For the progress of our country, there should be the construction of roads, dams, industries and power projects. For this, needs cut down forests or remove people from where they have been living. It is very difficult, because sometimes people have to leave everything and they have to move from there to other place. That means a new place. Again they must start from beginning. In some cases, people do not get adequate compensation what they must get. Then there will be conflict. Then many social activists join together and support them to get their compensation and new jobs to earn their living. Fourth reason is inequality. In our society, some people discriminate other people on the basis of caste, color, gender, etc. What will they do, children? They won't allow these people to enter temples, force them to live in separate places, do not give equal status to girls, treat them badly, give more importance to male child, rich and powerful persons exploit the poor and weak, etc. This lead conflict among people. It is government's duty only to ensure all citizens get the right to equality. Children, now we will move to the next point. What is it? Equality and justice. India is a democratic country. In our country, all are equal in front of the law. To get equal status to all the people, our government has taken various steps and made new laws. We will study that things. Children, we should not government they have done various steps, taken various steps, which are they have made rules that all the people of the country have the same rights for living their life with dignity and pride. No one should force, pressurize or exploit another person. They have the right for equal opportunity to earn their living by choosing their profession. They have equal right to use all common facilities provided in the country. For equality only, then there is no restriction or differentiation on facilities like health, education, jobs, use of public transport, etc. Everybody have the right. They are treated, they means equal in the eyes of the law and treated fairly. There should be no discrimination between caste, creed and race. People have the freedom to choose the religion of their choice. They are not supposed to be prohibited from entry into places of worship due to any discrimination. So, these are the steps taken by the government to get a equal status to all the people. Children, we should not insult or treat badly these foreigners due to their complexion and race. Our government have done many things to prevent discrimination on the basis of caste, color, sex, etc. So that they also must come up with the others. Children, this lesson's last point. What is it? Levels of conflict. Children, we have studied now the reasons of conflict. Various reasons already we have discussed. This conflict may be local or sometimes at a state level. That is between the states or regions. That means local authorities have failed to control the conflict started in their villages. Then the government's duty only to manage and control these conflicts. Otherwise, it will be a big problem for our country. Already we have studied it is the government's duty only to give a safe and secure environment to the people to live in the country. They must control these conflicts. They must take correct decisions and actions to solve these conflicts. As a citizen of a country, it is our duty to help our government. Children, it is our duty to help our government to ensure that the rules made by the government are followed by us. If we are not bothered about all these things, then because of these conflicts, our country will be ruined and there won't be progress in our country. So children, it is your duty also to obey the rules of our country, obey your elders and do good to the society. Okay children, our lesson is completed. Write all the notes and study. Thank you children.